Alright, we are back for another Dokkan vid, and it is time. That time again to prepare for Dokkan Battlefield. Again, guys, my JP account is relatively fresh, so I have dozens, I think dozens is the correct term here, dozens of units that I need to Dokkan Awaken and level up their SA, all types of shit. My global account is nasty, and I need my JP account to be on that same level. So, I just wanted to kind of remind everyone that this Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield series is exactly that. I'm preparing myself for Dokkan Battlefield because, you know, when your boy might drop some stones on Trunks, I might end up with Gohan. I might need to do, you know, Dokkan Battlefield. We will see. We'll see. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's get these units awakened. I always like to awaken units on video. I don't know. And this is a cool kind of way for me to talk about a bunch of different units. I mean, this guy, what can I say? This guy needs no introduction. We all know him as still one of the best units in the game. In the World Tournament, he is one of the, like, top 5 units in the World Tournament. Especially because, like, you run this guy as your leader, and then LR Broly, and then bring, like, a friend LR Broly, and you are set. I know that's what a lot of people do, and you can bring, like, Janemba. You know, now you can bring Strength Janemba and JP, all this types of shit. There's just so many things to do, and, you know, Goku Black, you know, brings a lot of it together. So this, of course, is Rose-Stained Super Saiyan, Goku Black, and then, wait. Yeah, okay. It's Rose-Stained Super Saiyan, and then his name is Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. I like the way that's... Wait, did I say Rose-Stained? I meant Rose-Stained. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Rose, I think both actually are correct, because both are references to, like... It's kind of like a double entendre. Like, it's meaning to imply Rose, and then also Rose, because it's fitting with the naming convention of Dragon Ball Super, naming a lot of characters after beer, wine, shit like that. Like, look at all the Gods of Destruction, the Attendants, you know, you guys get it. So his leader skill, Extreme Type Ki +3 and HP, attack, and defense 50%. Now, he is still viable, even in JP, but that 50% is very, very low. Just to give you guys a comparison, if you're running a double Rose Goku Black, you're getting a total of 100% stat buffs. But if you're running a double Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you're getting 300% stat buffs. So obviously we could see how the game is quickly rising in strength. His super attack is the Violent Fierce God Slicer, causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. Greatly lowers defense is obviously not that important, but here's where this guy is an absolute beast. His passive is Mastery of Strength. At the start of turn, Ki +3 for extreme type allies and attack 100%. So, he gives all villains on the rotation 3 Ki, which is just so good. Then 100% buff to himself, and because of the fact that it is this percentage, he will remain relevant for a long time. You know, if he gave himself 20,000 attack just straight up, he would not remain as good for as long as he will end up being, because he does have that percentage. And then we look at his links, which are just absolutely just mwah, beautiful. He has Super Saiyan, Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, and Fear and Faith. Just absolutely godly links on a villain team. There's no drawbacks to this guy. Like, even his 12 Ki multiplier is 150 fucking %. That is very good. There literally is no negative to this guy other than the fact that he now, on the Japanese version, is 9 months old. That's the only thing holding him back. They really outdid themselves when making not only Rose Goku Black, but also when they made Vegito Blue as well. At the time, initially after Vegito Blue was released, it looked like maybe he was a tad underwhelming, but as time has gone on, nah fam, Vegito Blue is probably the closest unit in the game to an LR that's not actually an LR in terms of the ridiculous shit they could do. Alright, so next unit we'll go ahead and awaken is this Trunks. I was super excited on stream the other night. I decided, you know what, thanking everyone coming out for the streams and everything, let's just do a quick multi, and I pulled this Trunks. I did a summon on the LR Trunks banner, of course. Pulled this Trunks. This is the first time in either version I've managed to get this guy, so I was really excited. Obviously, he's faded off a little. nowadays, obviously, since like Rose Goku Black, he came out at the exact same time as Rose Goku Black. He is, you know, the solid 9 months old, but he's still an awesome unit. And like Trunks is just, how can you not like Trunks? The only thing at this point you could say negative about Trunks is that he's too good. He's able to use everyone's techniques, and it's bullshit. Now, one thing I do want to add, too, you can farm this guy's super attack, and the Dragon Ball Super Trunks event is active on JP right now, so I could do it, but I just don't have the medals right now to Z-Awaken all these SRs and the SSRs only for the super attack chance to fail. I don't have the resources capable of sustaining that right now, because, like, my medals, you know, if I'm going to be raising a super attack for a character, it'll be like when I pull LR Trunks next week or something. That's when I'm going to be farming up SA. So in the future, I will be farming up his super attack, but just as of this moment, I haven't built up enough medals to realistically be able to get that done. So just SA1 is fine for now. This, of course, is Humanity's Hope Super Saiyan Trunks Future. Okay. Leader skill is all types, HP, attack, and defense plus 25%. So, I don't know. Maybe you could do like a fun kind of... just a fun video with him. It's possible. His super attack is the Masenko, which does supreme damage to enemy and raises attack for 6 turns. Okay, that's pretty good. So, even if he is a floater in the 3rd spot of the rotation, you will be able to stack that. That's pretty dope. His passive is Counter Slash, attack 80%. When facing one enemy, which is very good because almost always in the toughest fights, you will be fighting only one enemy. So having that, like, if there's going to be any restriction, when facing one enemy is probably the best restriction you're going to get. I would say when HP is under 99% is also a really good restriction. That's an easy one to maintain. Those two are ideal. Then when it comes to his links, he has Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Royal Lineage, Messenger from the Future, Dismal Future, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So he has good links, but I feel like Messenger from the Future and Dismal Future as well are links that you're not going to get a lot out of when we consider, you know, who else on these teams actually have it. Like, looking on tech, like, the only other units that have it are, like, Xenotrunks, maybe the second form Cell, you know, Perfect Cell. Like, these are not units you're probably going to be running in a tech team alongside this guy. So, Messenger from the Future is kind of dead for him. Dismal Future, I guess, if you wanted to run LR Goku Black as your lead and then have just a bunch of different units, you know, like Rose Goku, well, Rose doesn't fit, but, you know, you have Merge Zamasu, you have this Trunks, you can have the TUR version of LR Goku Black. Now, obviously, only a certain few people are actually going to even be able to do teams like that, having been able to pull that LR Goku Black multiple times, but, you know, it is what it is. All in all, I really do like this unit. He is very, very solid. Alright, so let's move on to the next member of the Future Trunks arc to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken here. It is funny how I ended up pulling so many of these Future Trunks arc units that I had never managed to pull before recently. The next one we're going to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken is this Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta right here. This, of course, is the Father-Son Gallic Gun Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. There is also the Trunks version, that's another unit who I've never pulled in either version as well. That physical Trunks, who could actually really have a good spot on LR Trunks' team, since they actually, you know, people go, well, wait a minute, you can't run 2 Super Saiyan Trunkses on the team, duh. And it's like, well, you know, actually, LR Trunks' name is Super Saiyan Trunks Teen, and then the Father-Son Gallic Gun Trunks is Super Saiyan Trunks Future. There's 2 different variants for Super Saiyan Trunks. Some of them have Teen, and some of them have Future. LR Trunks has Teen, so you can fit, you know, if you wanted, you get, like, Rage Trunks on there or some shit like that. Which is a cool little fun fact for some people. Alright, so we have the Father-Son Gallic Gun Vegeta. This is Bonds Beyond Time, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Very cool. He has all types, HP, attack, and defense 25% for his leader skill. So, you know, same thing as the other Trunks. Super attack is the Father-Son Gallic Gun. So fucking badass. Supreme damage and allies attack 20% for 1 turn, which is pretty good. You know, if you can get his super attack to, like, if you have him in the first or second slot, you can really make good use out of that. Obviously, if you've got this guy as a floater, you're not going to really be able to get a whole lot out of that. Then his passive skill is Mortal's True Power. Attack and defense 70% when facing only 1 enemy. So, of course, the fact that you are always going to be fighting 1 enemy in the hardest battle, you know, the hardest fights always have 1 enemy. That's a good restriction to have, like I said before. So you can really utilize this guy in the tougher fights. His links are Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Warrior Gods, Prodigies, Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. Now, a couple months ago, this guy was like borderline optimal. Like, you could almost make a case for him being on Super Tech. But since they've released a couple other units, and Super Tech is now exclusive, like, over in a flash. Like, you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then you have the support Tien, and you have adult Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. It's all over in a flash. So, like, this guy having prepared for battle means he's not going to super attack very easily, which does hurt him. Again, Monotech is basically over in a flash dominant now, so prepared for battle is not going to really do anything for him. Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does have that, though, right? I believe he is the one unit who has it. Does Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta have prepared for battle? He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Okay. That's right, I remember now. Yeah, we are all upset that he didn't have Prepare for Battle because that is a great link to have. But I feel like the reason they didn't give him Prepared for Battle is because they were thinking that if you weren't going to do a fusion team, which is all fusion, so over in a flash, then you're going to have him on Mono Tech, which again is all over in a flash. So I do understand that. All in all, the Vegeta is a pretty solid unit. You know, I still could have some fun with him in some teams, maybe Dokkan Dual Decks, something along those lines. But that does it for him. Let's go ahead and move on to the final unit who we will be Dokkan Awakening today, and that is the farmable Trunks from the Dragon Ball Super Story event right here. This guy is pretty good for a farmable unit. I mean, he's still obviously nothing you're going to be running, like, in an actual fight. Like, you know, you're not ever going to bring this guy really in your Super Saiyan 4 Goku team. I mean, he does have some interesting abilities, but he just hits like a fucking feather compared to, like, you know, Dokkan Fest units or a lot of other units. Here, let's go ahead and go over this man, and I'll tell you guys exactly why. So this, of course, is the Power of Rage Super Saiyan Trunks Future. His leader skill is Strength and Tech Key +2. His super attack is the Final Flash, which does extreme damage. Not great. Obviously, extreme damage is not awesome. Then, of course, we have right here, we have this, which is Trunks can fire super attacks at 9 key once his super attack is 10. So he does super early, which is nice, but again, that's not really that big of a deal because he hits like a feather anyway. Let's go over his passive, which is attack and defense 30% for 7 turns from the start of turn. So not only is his buff so low, but it's only for 7 turns. Honestly, like, they could have given this guy 50% or 60%. Like, for 7 turns from start of fight, I don't think that would have been outrageous. You know, even at the time when this guy was released. This guy was, of course, released alongside the father-son Gallic Gun duo and the Strength Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Those units were all released at the same time. This guy, like, really would not have been like, oh my god, like, they fucked up, he's too good. It's like, no, bro. Like, even if he was at 50%, he still would be not great, but at least that would help him out a lot. The only real place I could see you using this unit would be on the LR Goku 4th stage. So as of right now, for a lot of people, this is a good unit to use. He is currently farmable on JP, so if you're on JP, you want to get going to do that, go ahead. His links are Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Royal Lineage, Over in a Flash, Dismal Future, and Messenger from the Future. So I would say that is the one saving grace, is his links are pretty good. Usually farmable units or lesser units like this don't get stuff like Over in a Flash, you know, Royal Lineage. Those are all useful. Obviously, Messenger from the Future, again, That's not something, like, that is one of the worst links. That's gotta be, like, one of the top 5 worst links in the game. I know that there's really bad shit, like, you know, a Yamcha and Bird link or something like that. But, like, most Trunkses and Cells have this. And, like, you're never gonna have Trunks and Cell on the same team. So this shit just winds up as a dead link. I don't like that link. They need to do something with that. They really need to either add more units to it or something. Like, Goku Black should be on Messenger from the future. The only thing is, I don't want that trash link on Goku Black. That's the only thing. But, whatever. I feel like I did a good job of covering this unit. He's okay. Last thing, his 12 key multiplier is 130%. Not great. Not fucking great. But anyway, that is it for this Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield. We had a bunch of units from the Future Trunks arc, which is one of my favorite arcs in all of Dragon Ball, but unfortunately that ending will always be disappointing to me. I just really wish they had done a better job with that, but whatever, it is what it is. Y'all, take it easy and have a good one. Later.